Hey, gang, this is Boomer with Occupy Democrats. Well, Agent Orange, aka Donald Trump, has always fancied himself a strongman, a bully, but it looks like he has more than met his match on this Election Day 2024. We'll deliver the goods from the city of brotherly love in just a minute, but first, I'd like to share a few words about today and the next few days and weeks, and why it will be so important to remain calm, cool, and collected. This is Boomer. Well, I believe Kamala Harris is on the cusp of a dominating victory come Tuesday night or Wednesday. I hope the victory is called tomorrow night, if not Wednesday or soon thereafter. She'll be holed up in Howard University with her party. Speaking of party, let's all party like it's 1999. But let's be careful out there, too. It's going to be kind of weird certainly for a few days in our neighborhoods, in our workplaces, in our shopping venues and entertainment districts. You know, we're going to feel like at times like we're the visiting team in an NFL stadium, and we have the visiting team's jerseys on, and we've won the game, by the way, and there are a lot of drunks in there.
That voter attacked poll workers after being asked to remove his MAGA hat in South Carolina, where it's illegal to wear electioneering apparel to the polls. This isn't the only instance of MAGA Republicans intimidating voters and poll workers. A teenager was arrested for threatening Democrat voters with a machete at a polling place in Florida. Women are hiding their votes from their husbands for fear of retaliation. And a group called the Trump Klan threatened Harris voters in Texas, just to name a few. But this barrage of intimidation proves that they're scared of your vote and your voice. That's even more reason to use it. This fear represents some white men feeling their power over everyone else slip away. They can't disrespect us anymore without pushback, and they don't like that. They call this pushback losing free speech. They called Me Too an attack against men when women called for abuse to end. They called Black Lives Matter a symbol of hate when Black people called for police brutality to end. They called LGBTQIA plus people groomers and rolled back protections when we just want to feel safe. These were movements for equality and justice. They heard those calls and felt threatened. But as much as they try to break the systems that preserve democracy, I believe our systems are strong. We have poll workers working to protect each and every vote. Police are investigating voter intimidation and making arrests when people break the law. And we have systems in place that have bent before but not broken. But this is why we say Democrats are fighting to preserve democracy and to make sure every vote is counted. And Trump is sowing chaos, distrust, and division. It doesn't have to be this way.
So we have to be careful. Let's travel in groups. Let's have designated drivers. Let's be aware of our surroundings. And let's not take any chances. If we're going to, heavy up on alcohol, a little smoke, whatever, let's do it at home rather than out in public and stay away from trouble. One other quick word, and that is don't get impatient and don't get too frustrated, because I think the far right is going to push back on these decisive results and try to somehow miraculously overturn the Kamala Harris victory. I think they're going to, Trump's going to stand up there with Vance and MAGA supporters, and they're going to do everything they can to put pressure on state legislatures and governors and the U.S. Congress to overturn things. The courts are going to be full of lawsuits and requests for various types of discovery. So let's, be patient. I think it's going to be a little frustrating for, a bit of time to come. Unfortunately, that's the world we live in and the country we live in right now. But let's all hang together. I think, good is going to overcome bad in the end. And there's going to be a happy ending to this story. Well, I guarantee you it will not be a happy ending if you're looking to flex on innocent voters in Philadelphia, PA. Here is District Attorney Larry Krasner with our late-breaking story and his no-nonsense advice for MAGA troublemakers.
We don't have any deep abiding fears or concerns. We don't have any reports. I want people to be reassured that when they get up tomorrow to go vote, if they have not voted already, that everybody in the city is working and has been working for months to make sure that there will be nothing tough about that experience and nothing to fear in that experience. But I also want to be clear, anybody who thinks it's time to play militia, F around and find out. Anybody who thinks it's time to insult, to deride, to mistreat, to threaten people, F around and find out. We do have the cuffs, we do have the jail cells, we do have the Philly juries, and we have the state prisons. So if you're going to try to turn an election into some form of coercion, if you're going to try to bully people, bully votes or voters, you're going to try to erase votes, you're going to try any of that nonsense, we're not playing. F around and find out.
Well, I don't know about you, but to me, that's a tough guy, Philly style. This is Boomer, and this Boomer hits different with Occupy Democrats.